Good afternoon. My name is Latoya Haight. This is in response to week 1 discussion question for GOV635. Jump right in. I do agree that the weaknesses of our president for the United States is still valid today. We do have to consider the fact, though, that even though our president is supposed to be the most important and influential leader that we do have in our country, there are other branches of government that will remain intact to make sure that our leader does stay within its constitutional authority. Although there's been many times throughout our history where the presidential perspective was prominent. A good example of that is during the Obama administration when the health reform bill, aka the Obamacare, passed without a single person reading all of it. This may have been accomplished through persuasive power, professional reputation, and public prestige. As the Dickinson article points out, the influence with the president that they have over policy making may not have anything to do with his official duties and more to do with the power of persuasion. If we were to examine the H.W. Bush and the Clinton administration, as the article suggests, it does prove that the high level of approval for the president does increase within the legislative success rate. The 21st century presidency hasn't changed really, in my view, in regards to the importance of the persuasion power, public prestige, and professional reputation. If anything, it's become even more valid. That's, in my opinion, is due to the media outlook. If we take a look at the current administration, Trump, we can see that positive presence in the public is of importance. With the media having so much control, they're able to manipulate anything that Trump wants to accomplish. If the president's not popular with the crowd, his voice may not no longer persuade the public, even if the ideas are worthy and respectable. For instance, the Obamacare that he's trying to repeal, it's been non-existent basically as far as his efforts to repeal that. That's basically due, in my opinion, to his lack of support. It's not due to the fact that it's not a good idea. I feel like his persuasion power that rests in the hands of Trump is not as encouraging as one may have hoped for. The president's reputation and public view are holding up the process in many ways in the current administration. I do agree that the power of the president does remain weak due to certain restrictions. And some of those restrictions have been written in the Constitution, and I do believe that our founding fathers intended to have some sort of constraint on the type of power that the president does have. However, I do feel that the president can become much weaker if those 3 things aren't accomplished. Professional reputation, public prestige, as well as the persuasion power. If they aren't displayed across the board well, then the president will have a hard time implementing policies or getting things done. There are many reasons, in my opinion, that I feel like the president's power could become much stronger if he had the cooperation of the entire, whether it be the public or the other branches of government. The other 2 branches of government, they do the checks and balances for the president, so it allows him to not, become some tyrant. That's not who we are as America, right? I'm going to leave you with this quote. I ran across this quote and I thought it was perfect for this week's discussion. People should not be afraid of their government. The government should be afraid of their people. And I thought that was perfect explanation of how our government works. It's the people within the government that are restraining specific government officials to do their specific job. Thank you. Have a good day.